yo, what is up? This super hot, very, very hot day here in Texas. We're at about 103 degrees, 102, something like that. I don't know. It's gonna be over 100 degrees this whole week. I think we're gonna reach up to like 104, 105. My beard's all over the place. I just got out at the landfill and it is hot. So anyways, we're pulling out of the landfill now, guys, but I want to talk a little bit about overages. This dumpster that I just dumped was 8.18 tons. It was a lot of weight. More weight than the vehicle is supposed to carry. Not more weight than the hook lift can handle, but definitely more weight than the vehicle should carry. Don't condone that. I don't. That's not okay. But I had no idea until I got here. I could feel it was heavy, but I had no idea until I got here. And you'll see, I'll run some video here to show you what it was and why it was so heavy. It was just a lot of acrylic. It was almost depressing to throw it all away, but because it was like 1/4 inch acrylic. It was a ton. Well, actually, it was 8 tons of 1/4 inch clear acrylic that was brand new. It still had the wrap, you know, the paper stuck to it, or you know. Anyways, you'll see in the video. But it was brand new, and it was almost depressing to throw it away because those things are at least $200 a pop, if not more. When I used to buy it back in the day for the limo company, and when we were building party buses and stuff, so it kind of hurt to throw it away. But my point is, how do we charge overages? A lot of guys don't know or ask questions when you're first starting out. And how do you do you go back to the customer and ask them to pay you more? You go knock on their door or whatever, because a lot of you guys still are taking cash at the time of pickup or cash at the time of delivery, instead of keeping a credit card on file. And that is how you do it. You have to keep a credit card on file. You have to have a signed agreement, signed contract with them, so that make sure my truck's okay. Make sure my PTO is off. I always freak out about that after my PTO incident. If you haven't seen that video, I'll post a link to the top about my PTO. But you got to have a credit card on file. You got to have a contract signed by the customer, agreeing to those charges after the fact. And that way, when you go ahead and find out what the actual weight is on the dumpster, you can go back and just ding and hit up that card that's on file. And how would you do that if you don't have a software that can save their credit card? Or how do you do that if you don't have their credit card on file already to begin with? This is where a software like DRS really comes in handy. I take the contract, I send the customer the contract, I take the reservation, I should say, I send them the contract, they give me a credit card over the phone, and then I have them sign the agreement. Whether it be sign that agreement at the time of booking, or sometimes if they don't sign the agreement at the time of booking, I'll have them sign it when I deliver the dumpster. If I know they're not going to be there when I'm going to deliver the dumpster, then I'll make sure that they sign the agreement beforehand, right, via email. So what it does is it saves their credit card information on file. That way, when I go dump it, a week later or whatever it may be, and they're over, I just go in there and again I put in there what the weight is, and I already have it calculated what my overage charges are going to be. So it automatically calculates it. You can have it round up to the nearest. I have it rounding up to the nearest 1/4 ton. You can have it charged literally per pound over, or you can have it round up to the nearest 1/2 ton or ton. Just kind of depends on what your policy is, what you put in your contract. Again, it's your business. You do as you see fit. So that's what I do. I go in there and I charge the customer the overage, and that's it. That's simple. This one, I believe I charged like $75 a ton over. It was 6 tons over, so it was a pretty penny over, and that's okay. That's what the customer agreed to. So if and when they call, all you have to do is explain to them, because they do see the receipt, and a lot of times they're like, hey, wait a minute, you charged me again. Well, yes, sir or ma'am, I'm sorry, but you did go over. And in the email, you can opt to have it send pictures. And what I do is I'll take a picture of the scale receipt, number one, so I have it on file so I'd never lose it. I'll take a picture of the scale receipt, and then I upload it to the customer's file on the software. And then they will also receive that if you choose to show them your picture images or your images via receipts. It'll be attached to their receipt, so that there's no question about it. Their dumpster was overweight, and that's why they were charged extra. The only time I have run into issues, I believe it's only one time where a customer's card was declined. I had to call them. They were okay with it. The other time I ran into issues and I wasn't able to charge a customer overage, and I'm not going to lie to you, was when I didn't have time to dump it right away. I took the dumpster full back to the shop. I probably had about 4 dumpsters at the shop that were full at that time. I was just waiting for a day that I can go dump them all at one time, or in one day. And when I went to go dump them, I didn't know which one was which one went to which customer or not. And I believe I had 2 out of the 4 that had gone over. One had gone over by almost 2 tons. I lost out money on that. Granted, if I was using the tracking software on DRS, I would have known which dumpster was for which one, but at the time I wasn't. So DRS also has a way to track your dumpsters, and you can assign numbers to your dumpsters, which is what I've been doing lately. I've just now started using this feature. Again, there's all kinds of features that you may or may not use in DRS until you need it or until you want to start using it. I was just keeping track of where my dumpsters were based on the day and pickup time and all that stuff, and I also keep track of where my dumpsters are at with my with my air tags. But I never assigned a serial number or assigned a dumpster number to a client's file until the last couple of weeks. I've been starting to do that, and that makes it even easier because I'll know which one I'm carrying. I'm carrying 2006 right now. I'll know that 2006 came from John Smith, right? Even if it was a week ago or 3 days ago. Again, only issue with that would be it would be hard to hit up someone's credit card a week later saying, hey, well, I kept your dumpster full at the yard for a full week before I dumped your dumpster, and then showing them a receipt with a weigh slip with a date and time that's like a week after you picked it up from them could pose a problem. But if you tend to dump fairly quickly or you dump the next day, again, I don't see an issue with that whatsoever. And the busier you are, the quicker you need to turn these cans, so the quicker you want to dump them. Once you start getting busier, the more you do, the more you need to dump them quickly anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. But you got to have a software that keeps a credit card on file. Can you do it with Stripe? Yes, more than likely, I believe you can. Although, I'm not sure if you can actually save a customer's credit card on Stripe. You all correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really know. PayPal, you definitely can't do it with Cash App or Zelle or something like that. You cannot go and charge them after the fact. You've got to request that money, and that's where you may get stiffed. You run the risk of definitely getting screwed out of overages or overage charges if you don't keep a credit card on file. Plain and simple. You also run the risk of getting stiffed and screwed if you wait until the time of drop-off to get paid. These wheels do not roll unless I'm paid. Plain and simple. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a contractor and you've done business with me 100 times. I will not take a dumpster to you unless I've charged a credit card on file. Now, I have in the past put a hold on a credit card for a customer who uses me regularly and uses me regularly, but I will not roll without at least a hold. So, but that's just one customer out of all my customers that it's prepaid. It's paid at the time of booking, and that's it, in full, not half and then half later, because that's just more work on me that I have to do and have to remember to go back in there and charge it again or run a report to see who hasn't paid. You call me today, you're booking it for a week out, you're paying me today. Plain and simple. Again, you may run your business differently. Okay? This is how I run my business. I'm not saying it's the only way. I'm not even saying it's the right way. I'm saying it's the way I run my business. And that's my company policies, and that's written in my contract and my agreement. You may choose to do so and do like I do. You may have a better way. There's 1,000 ways it's going to cat, and maybe later on down the road, I might even change this up. But for right now and for my business, this works for me. So if you do it differently, let me know in the comments below. How do you do it? How do you charge? When do you charge? How do you charge your overages? Do you round up? Do you charge exactly what the weight was? And what percentage do you, if any, increase your tonnage charge over versus what you pay? Meaning, if I'm paying $40 a ton and I charge $50 an overage, which these are just make-believe numbers, then I'm increasing the charges by 10%, or the tonnage rate. So me personally, depends on where I dump. I could dump anywhere from $37 a ton all the way up to $68 a ton. So I charge $75 to $85 a ton in overages. So because there's more wear and tear on your vehicle, there's more wear and tear on your tires, there's more fuel that you're burning through. So that's why I charge more. I don't charge the exact amount because you have to make profit. We're not in business to charge a customer or pass through the exact charges to a customer that we're being charged. There's got to be a profit. So what do you charge above and beyond what the dumpster or the landfill charges you? Is another question I'd like you guys to answer below. And what do you pay and what do you charge? So let me know in the comments below, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Hit that like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, and we will see you guys on the next one.